Welcome back to Capitol Tonight. I'm Tim Boehm. As the American Rescue Plan coronavirus relief bill makes its way through Congress, Democrats on Jones Street have their own relief plan for North Carolina. Joining us now on the show to break down that plan is Democratic State Representative and economist Wesley Harris. Dr. Harris, welcome back to the show. Good to see you, sir.
Yeah, great to see you. Good to join you.
Absolutely. All right, so just break down what does this bill do?
So this bill, it does a few things. First of all, it allocates the remainder of the federal money from the CARES Act coming down from Washington, and then we also dip into our general fund for about $695 million into our unreserved balance to give some much-needed aid. Gives a little bit more money to businesses, gives some one-time bonuses to teachers and some frontline workers, and just make sure that we can get the aid to the people so we can finally get through the tail end of this pandemic and get back to work once everyone's vaccinated.
So we're talking about the rainy day fund here, essentially. All right.
Not even the rainy day fund. So the rainy day fund we really only use for storm damage. We're literally talking about our unreserved balance. So just literal cash sitting in our checking account, even after accounting for a normal budget process. We have over $4 billion just sitting there because we're actually in shockingly good shape financially because the really big industries of our state weren't hit that hard. And so our tax revenues really didn't suffer that much. But some huge portions of our state did suffer, particularly tourism and hospitality industry. And so we need to make sure that they have the aid to really get through this so that they aren't forced back into unhealthy working conditions before they're ready. And so that they can be able to stay home. They don't have that economic incentive to really go back to work when it's not ready yet, so that we can finally get through this and not risk having a backslide.
All right, so I mean, you're an economist too, and you know that the reality of the situation down there at Jones Street, that Republicans are still in charge, particularly in your chamber. So if this is such a slam dunk idea, why is House Speaker Tim Moore and others not quickly pushing this through?
I don't know. It's a tough question. I really wish they would. And I think it's the incentive of going back to all the reopening debates of kind of the more aid you have, people are more willing to stay at home. And so they want to get things reopened as much as possible. But the science doesn't support us going there. Again, whether you agreed with Governor Cooper or not, look at how we compare to every other state in the Southeast. South Carolina has about 55% more deaths per capita than we do. Georgia has 52% more deaths per capita than we do. And Tennessee has 56% more deaths per capita. And so our slow, measured, dimmer approach works. But they understand that if people are forced to go back because they're running out of money, they're running out of aid, they're facing putting food on their table or going back to work, they're going to want to go back to work. And they're going to try to put political pressure on us. And they want that to happen. And so they want us to reopen as fast as possible. And so providing more aid makes it, again, a more popular thing for people to want to go back to work. And so we're trying to say we can't do that yet. It's like a football game. We have a lead. We have the virus on the run. We're getting vaccinated, but we can't go to prevent defense right now. We have to focus. We have to get through these final few months, and we have to make sure that people have the aid that they need so they're not forcing themselves in situations that's gonna endanger them and endanger our ability to get past this pandemic.
Part of the problem in D.C. is that they feel like it's not defined enough, right? And it's going to too many people that don't need the help. I'm assuming you don't think this bill does that. So have you talked to Republicans? Do you think there's any sort of appetite to do something like this?
We're talking to them, and again, a lot of times, particularly with like the teacher bonuses, they say, well, let's just wait until the budget. Let's just wait till the budget debate. And the budget is a giant, basically $26 billion bill, and we're not even going to get to that until early in the summer, if that. We did have a budget the last 2 years, and so just kind of pushing that down the road and kind of trying to pile it all on just isn't smart. And so we need the aid, we need it now, and we have the financial means.
All right. We'll see what they do. In the meantime, sir, it's good to have you on the show. We look forward to having you back on soon. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Have a good one.